Hey everyone, it's Charmgirl here. Welcome back to my channel. I bring you guys today another Heartopia video, and in this video we are going to be going over the best locations in Heartopia for you to farm mushrooms. If you didn't know, there are multiple types of mushrooms in this game, and being able to collect all of these mushrooms is important for this game since it is an important resource that you can use to make money, whether it's from selling them or making meals and selling those meals. The first location that I'm going to take you guys is actually going to be right over here in the fishing village square. This entire area is actually going to have a bunch of shiitake mushrooms. I'm going to show you guys right now. And of course, make sure you are using your transportation sources so that you can get from one place to another very quickly. And honestly, we are here in the fishing village. I am actually going to turn off the snow effect just for the video that I'm filming because I want you guys to be able to see the mushrooms. And honestly, with the snow, it is probably going to be super hard for you to see it. So I went into graphics and I turned them off. As you can see, literally you can see the ground better. And over here, you will see that there is shiitake mushrooms as soon as you pop up on this tree here in the first village. And if you go a little further down this way, you will see that basically near a bunch of trees, you will literally see shiitake mushrooms for you to redeem. This is one of the most common ones that you can find, and this is the area where you will mostly find them. Honestly, going up to trees like you see me here, or even going around to different areas like over here, I will definitely be the one to explore everywhere in order to find these mushrooms. And as you can see, they pop up very close by. They do spawn very close, and it doesn't seem like it's too hard to farm these shiitake mushrooms. So of course, you want to make sure that these are one of the ones that you are farming for so that you can redeem rewards with them. Okay guys, now the next mushroom that we are going to go over is going to be actually in this direction over here. Follow me on the map. I know it can get a little confusing, but it's actually going to be over here by the forest lake. Here is going to be where there is multiple different areas full of penny mushrooms. We are going to go in this direction and I'm going to show you guys. So usually I get out of my vehicle right around this area here, and then I do start walking up this path, and as you can see, there is literally penny mushrooms right here, guys. This is also another very common one, is the penny bun mushrooms. They are pretty much everywhere scattered around the forest area. So if you honestly just walk around and look for them, you can probably find them under trees. You can find them near bushes. I'm pretty sure I also found a few near the water, as you see here. So honestly, it's just about looking for them, as this one is definitely one of the other common mushrooms. And being able to sell these mushrooms in meals is something that can definitely help with getting money. So make sure you're checking even behind little tree stumps. Like right here, there was more penny bun mushrooms. And honestly, you can literally see wherever I go in the little corners of the trees or the branches, there is a ton of penny bun mushrooms. So make sure you guys head over to the forest area and forage for these. Of course, as I said before, they are an important resource in this game, so make sure you guys are farming for them. For this next mushroom, we are going to actually head in the direction of this area here. Honestly, guys, use your markers because they do definitely help. In this area over here by windmilled flower fields, you are going to find the button mushrooms. Now, when you get over here, it honestly doesn't matter where you start at. I did notice that the mushrooms do kind of spawn on the fence area, so you can honestly start in any of this section here. And there's a fair warning here, guys. The button mushrooms are actually one of the rare ones. They are not as easy to find. As you can see, I found one right here. This was near a fence and a lamppost, so this is where you would look for them. Of course, you can look in other areas of this place, but honestly, that was one of the main spots that I did find it. And I am not going to lie, I did struggle when looking for more of them. So definitely just pay attention because this is where the button mushrooms do spawn. And it's not like you have another choice or another area to go go for the button mushrooms because this is where they do spawn. So just make sure you guys are foraging for them by lampposts and through fences as well. As you can see, I did find a little bit more over here, but of course, like I did mention it being rare, it's a little bit harder to find. For this next mushroom, we are actually going to head over here. Let me stop tracking this for 1 second. Then we're gonna go actually over here by the Onsen Mountain Lake, guys, because over here is actually going to be the oyster mushroom. So of course I have a tracker, a little marker over here, and what I'm gonna do is go in that direction using my car. Now, once you do get in here, you want to look for these oyster mushrooms in little corners of whether it's the rocks, the water area, or any of these stands. Honestly, they should be in the corners of these areas, but if you don't find them down here, I would definitely recommend heading up here. Once I ran up here and went near the water areas, I did find more of the oyster mushrooms. You can also redeem the bizarre version of these mushrooms, but you cannot cook with them. So honestly, just make sure you are looking around. The oyster mushrooms are kind of black. They're on the darker side, so they are not too hard to spot, but definitely make sure you are going around to all the little water paths or all the little corner here, because if you do notice, they are in the little corners here hiding sometimes. So make sure you are on the lookout for these mushrooms. Now, the next location that we are going to pet it is actually going to be right over here in the forest island. I have a tracker there already, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it and head in that direction because this is actually going to be the location of the truffle mushrooms. Now, something to warn you about in regard to the truffle mushrooms is when they are in the ground, they do look like little mounds of dirt. So it's honestly something that you have to look for, because if you don't pay attention for them, you might pass them over and think they are just little mounds of dirt, as that's how they look. But of course, I would head over to the little trees over here. When you do see clusters of trees, that is where you will see the black truffles. So of course, that is what I did. I went around to some of the sections here where there were clusters of trees, and that helped me find a lot of the black truffles. So make sure you guys are looking for them, as of course this is again one of the other rare ones that are a little bit harder to find, but since this is the area that they do spawn in, you are gonna have to go over here in order to find them. Now, those were the spawn locations for most of the mushrooms in Heartopia. These mushrooms can help you cook multiple different meals, especially grilled mushrooms, which does get you a ton of money in this game when you sell it to Albert. So make sure you are foraging for mushrooms as much as you can. And of course, if this video helped you and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe for more Heartopia content. I will see you guys in the next video.